For example, one of the things I talk to people about is that $1 of revenue is not equal across the board. You could have a business that's generating $10 million of revenue that's worth $5 million. And you could have a business that's generating $10 million of revenue that's worth $500,000. Revenue is not created equally. And so you have to think about it in terms of what makes sense for the industry. And when you are trying to grow, is that revenue going to generate profit, real cash flow to the bottom line? Because growing for the sake of growing the top line, for the sake of growing the top line, may not make sense. You might be just adding expense
and headache
and the stress if you were simply adding people that don't return on your investment, adding equipment that doesn't return on your investment, adding other infrastructure that doesn't return on your investment. Being bigger doesn't mean being more valuable.
Yeah, and there's a lot of investment up front from personal experience when we do grow. So we decide to take on another area. There's a lot of upfront.
Right. And what's your timeline to recoup that?
Yeah, and so from historic, we go, okay, is this a good investment? Should we put this money in this area? What does the forecast look for? And again, I wish I had a ball or a magic wand or God know exactly what's going to happen. I can't. You do what you can. You do. One of the things a lot hold people back is they're not willing to actually take the step, do as much investigation, get as much knowledge. But at some point, you have to pack the parachute and jump out of the plane.
Right.
But I understand where they'll think. So somebody thinks, okay, I'm going to sell my business. I'm making $3 million in revenue. I'm going to get that to $5 million. Then I'm going to do it. And they do it real fast, as fast as they can, thinking that the top line is going to equate in a couple more million in their pocket.
And it doesn't.
Unless the bottom line reflects the growth.
Right. So
if they can maintain that margin, let's say companies were running on a 15% margin on the bottom line, and they add another $2 million on top of it, and they're able to maintain 15% on that $2 million, well, then that's value added.
Right.